All right. We are now happy to be joined by Pierce Coppola, Florida baseball pitching commit, 6'8", 215 pounds. Pierce, thank you so much for coming on the show today, man. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So we're going to jump right into it. So obviously, senior year coming up, big year for you. So you committed to Florida. So, at the end of your decision, when it came time to decide where you wanted to go to school, why did you choose Florida, and what other schools were you considering?
Yeah, so actually in the beginning I was committed to University of Virginia. I committed there after my sophomore year of high school. And then this summer I came out and I played pretty good. So I got some other offer from other schools, and I think Florida was just the warm weather, and I was a lot more comfortable with teammates and everyone I knew there. So
Yeah, yeah, I totally get that. I mean, so was Florida somewhere that was always on your mind? And when you committed to Virginia, you were like, if Florida comes knocking, that's where I want to go.
yeah, honestly, yeah, I always wanted to go somewhere south, but early on in my recruiting process it was kind of stressful, and I just wanted to get it over with. So I fell in love with Virginia at first, but after I got the offer from University of Florida, I jumped right on it.
So being able to commit to a top 25 school in the nation, a team that's always up there, that has to be really cool. Like tell me a little bit about how that feels for you to just like know your accomplishments and everything have paid off and kind of being able to, go to a top school for baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I've been putting in the work for a long time. I've been working with my pitching coach Jim Wadika since I was in eighth grade. So a little bit of myself knew that I was going to be able to do this, but being able to go to a top 25 Power Five school is was kind of crazy.
Yeah, no doubt. So I want to talk to you a little bit about Kevin OSullivan. Obviously, one of the most famous head coaches in the nation. Kevin's super accomplished over at Florida, 2017 national championship. Tell me a little bit about your relationship so far during the process with Coach OSullivan, and kind of like, did your relationship with him have anything to do with you really loving Florida?
Yeah, so when they first offered me, he called me once a week and just we kept talking, and I just wanted to get a feel for the coaching and what the day in the life would be at University of Florida, and that's what ultimately made me want to make the decision to make the switch, just because I felt comfortable with the coaching staff, and they were always coming in contact with me and just making sure I was doing good, I was getting my work done, and I was staying healthy.
No doubt. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what you want. You want someone who's gonna know that like you would know that they have your back and throughout the whole process, kind of
Yep.
just like there for you. That's always good, of course. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about more like some pitching stuff. So you're obviously 6'8" frame, obviously tall kid. So how do you throughout your high school career, how have you used your height to your advantage? As a pitcher, like obviously. There's some advantages that can come with that with velocity and just stuff like that. So like tell us maybe about some of the advantages or maybe like challenges you faced with being like one of the taller pitchers on the mound, both ways.
Yeah, so being tall and pitching is very hard, just because you got a lot of levers and they're long, and you have to be repeatable with your delivery to throw strikes consistently. So early on in my, like, I'd say eighth grade, it was challenging to throw strikes, and even this summer I was missing my spots a lot just because of I wasn't strong enough yet. But since September, I've put on a couple pounds and I've got a lot stronger. So I'd say now it's the best I felt throwing, just because I'm used to my body. I'm just developing myself, and I'm just learning my body, so I know how to make the changes. And then working with my pitching coach, just looking at video and biomechanical analysis, and just learning a lot. And then if you learn, you can put that onto the field and into my mechanics. So that's what really helped me this off season.
Love it. Love it. So I want to talk to you a little bit about perfect game. So you were given, a rating of 10 on perfect game, which is the highest rating you can get. You were named to the All-American roster. Tell me a little bit about your experience with perfect game. For those who don't know that are listening, perfect game's a recruiting service that is very big nationally. So it's obviously a huge accomplishment. And just to explain a little bit, when you get a 10, it means you're supposed to be like projected to be like a high pick in the draft at some point. But tell me a little bit about that for you, the experience with perfect game, all American, all that stuff.
Yeah, so normally kids nowadays they start early and they get into these showcases, but for me, coming into the summer, I was kind of like unknown. People didn't really know about me. I was able to get an invite to the PG National Showcase, which is the top, I think, 500 players in the nation get to go there. So I threw there, and then everyone, I skyrocketed in the rankings. I went to, I think, 23 after in overall after the PG National Showcase. So I started getting some buzz, and after that, I just got invited to everything PG. So, and then I started going to them all. So it's pretty exciting.
Nice. That's awesome. That's really cool. So, this season, so I'm sure you know who Chase Petty is. Obviously a fellow
Yes.
Florida commit. You know, Chase is another really talented pitcher from New Jersey, one of the highest recruits in the nation as well. So, tell me a little bit. Have you connected with Chase at all? Because both of you are obviously going to be freshmen next year. Have you guys talked? I know he's a fellow Jersey kid. So, tell me a little bit about what you've seen in his game and how you guys plan to go to Florida together and all that.
Yeah. So this summer I got to spend a lot of time with Chase because we go to all these events and they normally split up like regions. So I was with Chase most of the time and we just hung out in the bullpen and stuff. So after I committed to Florida, we got pretty close. So I can't wait to play with him, be on the field with him again, especially at a Power 5 school like Florida. Chase he's not even human. I mean, throwing
Yeah,
102 in high
man.
school.
I
So
know that dude. I was watching. I've seen like some of his highlight tapes. It's actually ridiculous what this kid does.
yeah, I've seen him throw about like 15 times, and I don't think I've seen him give up a hit. So I
Oh
don't think
man,
it's
crazy.
as
Yeah,
bad.
dude.
Yeah,
But dude, I was watching. I was looking at both of you guys. I'm like, damn, Florida's got some big arms coming in next year. You guys are
yeah,
gonna kill it. So
yeah.
it's gonna be dope. So like a little bit aside from just like you and your baseball, just like to talk a little bit about what you love about baseball. What's your favorite pro team?
I'm a Yankee fan,
Yankees
sadly,
fan.
right now. Sadly,
Yeah, tough
but
stretch so far. But so like, who are some guys in the MLB, maybe on the Yankees, that you look up to, that you try to model your game after and try to like learn from?
yeah, I'd say CC Sabathia is my favorite pitcher, just because we don't have like the same frame, I would say, but we're the same height. So watching him when I was growing up, he's early on in his career, he was a big power guy, just blew fastballs by everyone. And then later on in his career, it was a low 90s guy and just more methodical. So that's when I really liked watching him, hitting his spots, throwing the curveballs at the right time, just sequencing. So I think I always try to model myself after him.
Gotcha. I like that. I know. I've seen some like maybe a Chris Sale comparison. AJ Puck, that 3/4 arm slot.
Mhm.
That tall pitcher up on the mound. What about you? Like those guys?
Yeah, especially AJ Puck because he came from University of Florida
Yeah,
too.
he's a
So
Florida guy too.
yeah,
Yeah. So do you see yourself? Are you a starter? Like, do you want to be a guy who goes 7+, 6+, or you're going to see yourself coming out of the bullpen in the future? What's your like what role do you feel like you thrive in the best?
yeah. I think I feel I'm obviously a starter just because I don't really let pitches rip. Really, I'm like a 90% guy. So
Mm-hmm.
I just stay at 90%. I'll hit my 91, 92, topping 94. Just trying to hit my spots, and then I feel like I can go really deep into games. I can hold my velo for 70 pitches, 80 pitches, 100 pitches. I'm not really a big reliever guy just because my routine has been a starter my whole life. So I have a
I
big
like that.
routine and stuff. So
Yeah, no doubt. I want to ask you, funny question here. So, are you a pitcher only? Do you hit nukes? Like, I had to ask. Like, do you hit too, or do you just pitch?
no, I'm a big PO now. I
Let's
used to
go.
be. I used to hit. I used to hit. I was in freshman year of high school. I hit for varsity, but then going into that summer, I was PO, and then I tried to hit my sophomore season in high school, and I was like, I can't do this anymore, so I stopped after that.
So nukes are a thing of the past.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's funny, no doubt. All right, man. Pierce, I just want to wish you best of luck next year at Florida. This was an awesome interview. Really good getting to know you, and good luck. You're going to do big things, bro.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
No problem, man.
Keep in touch.
Yes, sir. All right, take care.
To subscribe, click here. To check out our behind the scenes series, Behind the Bench, click here. To check out clips, click here. To check out backlogged episodes, click here. Peace, guys. See you Thursday.